Dear Maggie, you're about to start your training contract at Clifford Chance London. And although you know you'll be tough, the real contract that you experience will be full of doubt and uncertainty.
So how have you found this process of writing a letter?
It's been a long time since I was a trainee. It's more than 20 years. So I never really, thought back about my trainee years. So this process was really helpful in the sense it forced me to think about those grueling moments, those late nights, the experience I gained as a trainee, and how I grow out of it to be a successful lawyer. It's a very helpful process for me to really understand what the training contract is and what it meant for me and what impact it created on me. You're leaving your friends and family in China behind and embarking on a journey with a one-way ticket. It was a one-way ticket partly because I have no idea what I was going to do after I went to London. I was quite apprehensive as well. Obviously, it was an entirely different legal environment, very different culture, different language. English is never my first language. So to operate in that environment is always a little bit daunting for me. I knew I could do well. I knew my strengths. I also knew a lot of my weaknesses. So there's a lot of apprehension. Well, you have worked with a firm in China for 2 years. You have no idea whether being a more mature trainee gives you a better starting point. Everything I was nervous about, I should be nervous about. I had a pretty good idea about what the job was going to be. I knew it would involve some hard work. What I hadn't quite appreciated at the time was that because of my previous experience in Beijing, I kind of set myself a quite high bar. There were a lot of expectations about what level I should be operating at. I probably beat myself a little bit too hard. You will realize there's so much more that you don't know, and at times you feel helpless. I think it's important for the training contract to be challenging. It's not plain sail, and in fact, training contract is probably for a lawyer the most formative stage. It is important to build the challenging elements into a training contract. When you're in a tight place that you don't know how to get out of, you learn that it's okay, and you'll be able to find the fix. I do feel that it falls upon us as senior members of the group to encourage people to seek out the challenge, but at the same time, to give them the support they need. I think one issue many trainees felt, and I probably felt the same way when I was a trainee, is I don't want to make any mistakes. But sometimes you've got to do things to learn, and that means the more you do, the more mistakes you make. But that is totally fine. That's all part of growing up. That's all part of becoming a good lawyer. So in my group, I would tend to encourage people to make as many mistakes as you can because you can afford to mistakes when you are a trainee. The important thing to understand is that the firm allows you to tap in the resources, the support and guidance from others to collectively deliver. You will not have to do it alone. You'll work with amazingly talented and supportive people, and every day your self-belief will grow.
What do you hope future trainees take away from your letter and your story?
Be brave, trust in yourself, have confidence in yourself. When I came to Clifford Chance 20 years ago as a trainee, I didn't think I was going to be made a partner. In fact, the first, mainland Chinese partner in a magic circle from London. But that happened. That shows that you've got to understand what you can do and be confident in yourself that you can deliver that. You come to learn that the hard work pays off, and the challenges you faced at the beginning will lay the foundation for you to become a better lawyer and a more rounded, stronger person. Because the reason why I think that is important is because the training contract, if you look at it in a very narrow way, it enables you to progress to be a qualified lawyer. But it's much more than that. It gives you much more benefit in building your character, in building your career, your profession, for the longer term. So don't think about it narrowly as just a path through a qualification. Try to make the most use of it. Try to take full advantage of the challenges that you will face, because you will come out of this process feeling invincible. Think you are a much more rounded person. That is what that sentence was saying. So, hang in there. Look at what has got you to where you are now, and know you deserve to be here. Love, Maggie.